The Gaza crisis has given the Yemeni Houthis a worldwide recognition they could only dream about before. Since November, the Houthis have been attacking cargo ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. They say the actions in support of the Palestinians in Gaza, who've been under Israeli bombardment since the Hamas attack inside Israel on October the 7th. The Houthi leader says they've attacked about 90 ships. There's little doubt they've massively disrupted global shipping, which has had to reroute and do longer journeys, sending prices up everywhere. The impact of the higher prices has hit the most vulnerable. This includes Yemenis, in one of the poorest countries on earth, where most of the population is dependent on food aid, and most of that is imported.
What the situation before has now been exacerbated even more. Even more people are food insecure, even more people are water insecure, and it's going to take more than international INGOs to kind of plug the gaps of what's happening here.
The Houthi attacks on shipping prompted the US with Britain to take military action. They've launched strikes in North Yemen, which the Houthis control. So how effective has this military response been? Well, if the aim has been to stop the Houthi attacks, well, that hasn't happened. The shipping attacks have continued, and the coalition response has won them few friends. There's been criticism about hitting a terribly poor country, while some want an even tougher response from the British and the Americans.
Their operations are very weak. There should be a much stronger and more widespread response.
This is all on the back of a long civil war which has split the country and left it devastated, but which finally seemed to be headed towards peace after 8 years of fighting and killing. We were in the country just last year when there was a breakthrough between Iran and Saudi Arabia, the two regional powers who've been accused of waging a proxy war using Yemen as the battlefield. Now the catastrophic events in Gaza are threatening to derail that fragile peace proposal. I spent time with the Houthis a few years ago. They're a hard-line Islamist group supported by Iran, whose slogan is one of hatred towards Israel and America. The civil war between a government supported by a coalition headed by Saudi and backed by the UK and the US, and on the other hand, its Iranian-backed Houthis, has led to widespread suffering with accusations of war crimes on both sides. We've documented multiple civilians on both sides of the war who've lost limbs, who've suffered terrible, life-changing injuries, as well as illness and acute hunger because of the war. The unrelenting suffering prompted the warring factions to talk peace until Gaza. The Houthi stance has seen them surge in popularity, not just inside Yemen, but outside too. They're now seen as holding the key to navigating the Red Sea. Their attacks are denounced as opportunistic and not really anything to do with supporting Gaza, but they've now got worldwide influence, which few expected.
We feel that it's a kind of an honor to help our brothers in Palestine. If they stop their aggression in Palestine, in Gaza, we will stop.
Many are warning the Houthi attacks and the US and UK military responses are jeopardizing any peace progress in Yemen, as well as the delivery of critical humanitarian aid to one of the world's most deprived countries.